Welcome in everybody to this DPC Eastern European Division 2 day. We are going to be getting straight into it. It's going to be Cybercats versus HF. HF, still no victories in the bag just yet for them. They are 0-4, where Cybercats, they've hit that 1-4. If they win here today, they put the pressure onto X3 as well. X3, excuse me, playing up against PuckChamp as well as HF in the next couple of days, but it will mean that Cybercats move through to that 2 and 4 bracket where they could potentially be safe from getting relegated from Division 2. Meanwhile, X3, HF, the pressure would be on. In fact, if HF lose this, they would need to win their last two series up against X3, up against Sigma Y and T, just to make sure they stay in the division or at least have a chance at not qualifiers, they've already qualified, at tiebreakers. So, and yeah, getting into it, Cybercats, we saw the other day, had a really good second series up against X3, taking that 75-minute game where, to be honest, it looked like the favor was swinging inside of X3. X3 were looking to choke them out and end the game, and all of a sudden, the Naga Siren gets that Giant's Ring, and you just could not kill the Naga Siren or Illusions, and ended up running over the base. So, yeah, Cybercats, they got their first victory up against X3. They need now to step up against HF, make sure they can pull this one out of the bag, and be in with that chance of staying up. But looking through into the draft, we'll see what is coming out here now. The Beastmaster goes, the Broodmother goes here as well. So, I was going to say, yeah, the tree, you don't give up the Lena. If you're Cybercats, no, they do. They give up the Lena to HF. HF. Do they want to pick it? Is it even a question at this point? You know, with Cybercats, do they let it through to throw HF off? Do they have an answer for it? Because we did see, who was it that played
10
it?
seconds remaining.
As I bring up the Liquipedia page, was it PuckChamp versus Rise? No, it wasn't. Who did I see that played it? Ah, HF. HF versus Hydra. They took a game off Hydra, and you know HF. So setting up, if they can take a game off Hydra, who are looking absolutely unbeatable at the minute, the Rubik comes out here for HF. But yeah, HF sets up really well. Rubik, Nature's Prophet, Treant, Lesh, but against the Lena, they picked up the Drow Ranger carry, and it looks so good. Made the Satanic useless.
5 seconds remaining.
I do think Cybercats might be wise to that. So maybe potentially if they go for the Lena here, which they do, unless HF pick up the Drow Ranger in this first phase, I think Cybercats should be looking to ban out that Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger, Faceless Void. What else? The Vengeful Spirit looked good, but that was only because it was with a Drow Ranger a few matches ago. I think it was actually, that was Division 1, wasn't it? Yeah. So HF, do they take the risk of not picking up the Drow Ranger right here and now? And the Clockwork comes out for Cybercats. So that is potentially the strongest safe lane in the game at the minute when the train is constantly banned out. HF, yeah, do they want to be going towards this Drow Ranger?
Dire team ban.
Warrior.
No. They go straight in for the Usurper. And the Usurper, we've seen it was. That was PuckChamp versus Rise.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
And it was the series before as well. YNT versus Cybercats. In fact, yeah, Cybercats. So the Usurper being picked up, absolutely ripping through heroes, got that Battle Fury, and then just got active with teammates. Look to just hunt down, even though obviously the items were coming out, eventually getting the kills in the team fights and then going back to the jungles were the more important parts of the Ursa's job. So if you can get that really good start, you know, get active, get that Battle Fury up in the first 15 minutes or so with some power treads or phase boots. So Lena still wants to be looking like Lena wants to look towards the BKB, the Falcon's Blade, Maelstrom, Boots of Travel, so 4 big items before she even gets involved. And HF might just try and outpace Cybercats here with the Ursa pick. What else do they want to be getting rid of, though? The Doom goes, the Enigma goes, Lycan, and the Batrider. Yeah. I mean, Cybercats could potentially have used the Batrider here up against the Ursa, but just not wanting to let... And they would have had the first pick in the next phase as well. So they would have been able to lock it in. But what else is here? Ember
Radiant
Spirit's still
team
there.
ban.
Death Prophet was still here. Hoodwink, Snapfire 2, Undying as well.
Radiant
3
team
really
pick.
popular supports at the minute. Centaur with the Rubik. Centaur is a
Dire
really
team
popular
pick.
pick at the minute with the Rubik just because of the... Oh, Shadow Demon. Okay, so this is how they're looking to control up the Ursa. The Disruption, as well as the Purge on the Shadow Demon, could be pretty good. Throwing out the Shadow Poisons as well anytime the Ursa comes in to get last hits
10
early on in the game.
seconds remaining.
You do waste a decent amount of that
5
enrage time
seconds
as well
remaining.
before the BKB or after the BKB comes up. Whenever that enrage is going, you get the disruption off. Just keep the Ursa from being able to do anything,
pick.
Maybe a Yule Scepter in there as well. So HF go back for the Silencer. Okay, I do like this. If you get engaged upon by the Clockwork, that hookshot comes in. If it's not the Silencer that gets locked down, you just immediately pop that Global Silence.
10 seconds remaining.
And it will slow down cybercats'
5 seconds
ability
remaining.
to follow up that Clockwork. And HF, what else do they want to be picking up? Because I assume that's going to be the Pos 5 Silencer. Rubik in the off lane. So I'm looking for something with a little bit more control, like that Magnus in the off lane. The Enigma's already been banned out as well as the Centaur. Tide as well, something like that that can get in, big tanky boy, get in and disrupt that fight while the Global Silence is going through the Ravages, through the RP, get that drag back onto the Lina, separate her from the rest of the team. Maybe even a Shiva's builder. But we'll see what HF... taking the time to think about this. Only 30 seconds left. HF, as far as I'm aware, will be coming into this one with a draft penalty. Because of issues on camp.
Team pick.
Yeah, so they go for the Mars. Again,
Dire
something that just
team ban.
separates the Lina away, and cybercats go for the Tide. Okay. The big issue to me here with the Mars, there's already the Shadow Demon out, as well as that Clockwork. So if the Clockwork gets caught in the arena when the arena comes up, Clockwork pops those cogs, and the effectiveness of the arena gets reduced by about, a third, a half? Because you have that protective little bubble inside the protective little bubble. You can still get right-clicked and spells get cast on you inside of it. Shadow Demon as well, if anyone gets pinned to the arena wall, has that disruption for the save, as long as he's not throwing it out already in the fight. So what are we looking at? 2 mid laners. Ember Spirit goes. Invoker is still... Invoker actually getting a little bit more popular as Division 2 goes on. We still have the Zeus as well. Yeah, seeing the Tiny ban out, so the Tiny's not going to be available here as well. What else could be put in the mid lane? What else have we seen? Cybercats.
Radiant team ban.
Storm Spirit. Actually, yeah, Storm Spirit being picked up both times up against X3. So Cybercat's really comfortable with that Storm Spirit. And again, when you get the Vortex out, it's a little bit more of a time waster up against the Ursa. If you get the AoE as well, that arena comes out, and if you can drop the AoE Vortex in, it's not going to be super effective, the arena. You just carry on wasting more and more time. Really good being able to zip-zap yourself around as well in these fights. Keep yourself mobile away from the Ursa. If the Ursa does get the Earth Shock or a Blink Dagger jump on you before the Abyssal Blade comes out, you will just be able to get the ball lightning away. So, yeah, HF banning out the Invoker. Cybercats, they do have the final pick as well. So they will be able to respond. Lesh is still there if HF want to go for it. Gonna be the Pangolier. Okay, yeah, the Bite Rider's already been taken away. The control from the Enigma. The Tusk as well, being taken out from Cybercat. So, the Walrus Punch, really nice. Snowball coming in as well to stop that roll-up. Oh, excuse me, the Rolling Thunder. The roll-up is something completely different.
The sack. Choose your hero.
Yeah, Cybercats say, okay, they pick up the Lesh. Good building taker there as well. That was something that they were missing. I suppose you do have to rely on Zhani here as well on the side of HF to go for the overpower onto the buildings. Because HF don't really take them all that quick. Which could be an issue early on. After the team fights come out, if HF win, and they want to be looking for a tower, looking for an objective. Roshan is at least a little bit easier with the Ursa in the team, but they don't really have that quick building taker. So it's going to be interesting to see how HF play around enabling the Pangolier in the mid lane. You know, if they are going to be looking for supports to rotate in, because the Silencer and the Rubik supports, they are pretty good at the rotations, you know, looking for the ganks into the mid lane. And if they can take down Lesh, you know, just do the building damage, the chip damage onto them. Meanwhile, on the side of cybercats, again, they have the Lina. So they have a building taker just because of the right clicks coming out from the Lina. You know, that machine gun Lina that comes out. They have the Diabolic Edict as well from the Lesh. So there's a lot of pressure that they can put on through the Lesh early on. And then the Lina can follow up and just solo take buildings into the mid to late game. So HF, how do they answer back to that? They've got to get early aggression out, I think. Yeah, HF have to get active, you know, get the Ursa Burr with the Battle Fury, and then start to look up with the Global Silences, with the Arenas, with those Rolling Thunders, and look for the kills on the side of Cybercats. We've seen as well a couple of clocks. You know, you hookshot into the Ursa, and it does cost you your life. So Cybercats, they could look for the defensor. But guys, before we get into game number 1, we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors. Check it out.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
So, welcome back in. Yeah, as we get into the game. We are going to see the smokes out. Well, that's nice. All the players' faces. Look at the battle faces ready. They're concentrating, you know, no smiles. It's all very serious business here in this best of 3 between Cybercats as well as HF. And, okay, there's a little smile. There's a couple of little smiles, but for the most part, you know, everybody getting ready for this game. And seeing the lineups, I think, I mean, again, with the Lina coming out, I think HF, they're going to not be on a clock, but they do need to be aware of this Lina's power spikes, as the illusion does get scouted through. So yeah, the first blood was just an illusion. And Jesvi confident, he's going to 1v5 this game. Okay, okay. The voice line's coming out, so, you know, the players, they are feeling themselves, they're getting ready for this. And you can see that the 3 heroes grouped up on the side of HF here. Yeah, they're not going to find anyone. Looks like it's just going to be the lower trade on the ruins to the upper trade. And no actual first blood coming through there. Really nice from the Shadow Demon to try and scout out with the illusions. So, we'll see Alberca. Okay, maybe still waking up. I mean, it is early in terms of gamer hours. We're still in the... At least I'm still in the AM. But... yeah, coming through, we can see the odds here now as well. Cybercats are the, at least for this map, the close favorites. It's not, you know, different. Yeah, we're not looking at like a 9-1 for HF, something like that. You know, it's still pretty close. So this game can go either way here. But Cybercats coming into this again with the Lina picks, with the clockwork as well in the lane. It's just a little bit more comfortable for them. As Zhani, you can see, he's going to be taking a lot of harass already coming out here from the Tide, going for the point into the Gush. So not only does that mean that you can try and secure the range creeps with that from a distance, but it just messes with Zhani, you know, if you will. If you get the disruption off, oh, the courier, the Silencer's courier will go down. It delivers the items, it looks like. But he will still lose it, yep. Disruption coming through onto the Ursa Burr. Is there going to be a Gush to follow up? There's not, because Zoe, he did throw out that Arcane Curse. So in fact, they are going to change targets. Level 1 on Zeneca still, but this might actually be the first blood. The illusions and Jesvi, he does pick it up. Meanwhile, back in the bottom lane. How is it looking here? Alberca. Okay, he's getting the harass off, landing some LSAs, and it will mean that Force Majeure can rotate around behind as well, the setup as well. So coming in, he has those cogs. Does he want to drop them? No. The God's Rebuke comes out, and now he's going to be able to drop them as well. The Righteous coming through on Weebian. Weebian can he get himself away from this level 2 onto the Lina, and Force will get the kill. The Bastard Assault still going on to Pro. And Proletary has to back himself away there from the damage of Force. Just to make sure he isn't followed up from Alberca. Looking for that kill. Looking for that... Well, it won't be a double kill because the Clockwork did pick it up onto the Rubik. But still, the 2 kills on the bottom lane. Going to be a nice setup here for the Lina. Cybercats, great start for them. Can they follow it up, though, as the mid lane? You see that Chira Jr. is going to be taking a lot of damage. The Swashbuckle comes out. And the lightning turn around. Chira using those bottle charges, trying to keep himself alive, going towards the water rune here as well. So Chira, what can he do? You can see that he even shifted out the branches when he used that water rune as well to get the maximum benefit from it. Slash. He's still going to be under a little bit of pressure here in the mid lane from a race. But how's it looking in terms of last hits? Pango's missing a couple of knives here on Chira as well. So maybe a little bit behind on the Pango lane, but not massively in terms of levels as well. Yeah, the XP wise, it's not going to be too far away. Chira Jr. hits level 4, but a race on the next creep that goes down. Shield Crash comes in, and he's going to be able to pick it up. But top lane, how is Zhani looking? Zhani's looking okay. 15 last hits for the Ursabur here in this top lane. Actually went for the point into the Earthshock and not the Overpower at level 2. So 2 points into the Fury swipes here up against the Tide. Still want to rip that Watermelon apart. You can see using the Gush there just to secure those last hits. And Ursabur will be looking towards the phase boots into the Battle Fury, it looks like. The extra protection is nice. You know, the armor that comes out here that will be able to negate the Gush, more or less. We still lose 2 armor, but overall, that's not awful. Zeneca coming in, though. Getting the level 2, so no point into the Kraken Shell just yet. And again, whether the Tide actually goes for that in the lane, because the Ursabur, if he do get on top of the Tide Hunter, will be able to rip him apart with those Fury swipes, the Overpower. So maybe a casual point. His Force gets another kill onto Weebian in the bottom lane. And you can see that he was actually away from the lane, looking for the pull, but the ward down from Force. So there isn't going to be any musical lanes going on just yet here. LSA onto the Mars. Mars going to be taking a lot of punishment from Alberca. Alberca with that Dragon Slave if he wants to throw it as well. But the spear comes through here from the Mars, pushing back onto the Lina. Falcon's Blade as well as a magic wand here for the Lina. So the Lina doing all right at the minute. In terms of net worth, you can see, you know, not struggling at all in this lane. Even the Clockwork having an alright time picking up a couple of kills. LSA, a little bit too short away. Top lane, though, they do get the kill onto Zeneca. Zeneca just could not get himself away from the Ursabur. Yeah, now the Overpower comes out. So, level 4, he's just going 2-0-2, so he is ignoring the Kraken Shell. Back on the bottom lane. Lina. Just, again, got a tango passed over, but he might look for another Battery Assault coming in. LSA does connect up to the Mars. It's going to be the big wraparound here from Force Majeure. The Battery Assault comes out. Telekinesis will be there, so no cogs being dropped. And now onto Pro. Do they have the damage to take down that Mars? But Lean had already moved himself away here. The right clicks, it might still be enough. Force. An absolute killing machine here on the Clockwork in this bottom lane.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, mid lane. How's Chira looking? About 300 gold ahead of a race, but again, a race once he hits that level 6, which is only how much XP? About 80 XP, so a couple of creeps at that. From picking up the Rolling Thunder. I mean, the big issue is if you leave the lane, you know, Chira Jr., even with the 1 point into Diabolic Edict, oh, there's going to be the rotation down. Force now as well. Swashbuckle comes out. Going to be away from any cog potential here from the Clockwork. As Jess gets himself the Invis rune, so he has to walk himself away from this. Yeah, so Zoe, Jess, he just leaves the bounty rune, maybe potentially for the bottle up from the Pango. But it doesn't matter, they're going to rotate over. Zoe, the curse, going to be there as well as the last word. Zoe going to be taking a lot of damage from that Tide. And look at him, he's going to go down. The Shadow Poison, it should be enough. Zeneca will go down in return. The Rolling Thunder, the Disruption buying a little bit of time, but Zoe will be able to get the kill. So it doesn't go the way of Zhani. Zoe's not even going to go down yet. The Shadow Poison, it will be enough after the fact. But yeah, I'm surprised the Shadow Demon, he didn't just use, you know, the crush to get the kill a little bit earlier on to silence of the Okay, so successful Rolling Thunder. Didn't have to go too far into another lane to get it off there as well. So Tira Junior level 7 wasn't able to push down onto that tier 1 at all, I don't think. Yeah, no, the catapult will be doing a little bit of damage into the mid lane, but for the most part, Lesh not being able to benefit from the Pango being away from the lane. How's Tira doing? He's actually going to look into the jungle, so moving away. Bloodstone is going to be the first item as well. Giving the solo XP to JSV in the mid lane here as well. JSV only level 3, so does want to be coming up against level 6. The Tide really not having a good time in this lane. And again, he just has to move himself away. No points into the Kraken shell. Zhani gets on top of him. It will be another kill, but Zeneca trying to do his best to just buy time and space here. Yeah, okay, if the Lesh wants to push out, actually, does he get himself away from this? No TP for 24 seconds, just trying to use the Queln Blade to get himself through the trees. He's wasting a lot of the Ursa's time, and this is just, I mean, he's getting himself through here. He might eventually be caught. No, did he just give up? They don't. They don't. No. They do. They absolutely do just give up. And this is going to buy time for Chira Jr. to take this tier 1 tower in the top lane. Really nicely played by Zeneca here, level 4. So he's going to be struggling with the XP. No Ravage to come out just yet. Zhani's level 6, again going towards that Battle Fury. Ring of Health coming out for him, it looks like. But it does open up the lane for Chira. And while this is going on, you can see that JSV in the mid lane, you're soaking that solo XP. So you can't even pressure. Again, Pangolin not great at pressuring that any towers. And they just weren't able to get it off. Weebian, though, he might get the spot out onto Alberca, who not too far away from the Maelstrom in this bottom lane. And the Pango, you take a look at the map, is rotating down here. Zeneca, though, he triple stacked it. He got the pulls off. He looked for that triple stack. The creeps now will be catching up. So this is going to be a really good amount of XP here for Zeneca that can't really be contested under the tier 1 tower from the Ursa Burr. So yeah, he's going to be able to pick up a couple of... was that a couple of flag bearers as well? It was. This should be close. It's not going to be... Well, maybe with this next wave as well pushing in. This might be the level 6 here for Zeneca. And now he just wants to pull away from the towers. Make sure he doesn't lose out on anything but the bottom lane. You can see that once again they go into Proletary. But this time, Lena just looking for the farm. Again, once the Maelstrom up pretty soon, and not going to be too far away from it either. Sitting at the top of the net worth, as you can see, just above the Ursa Burr, who is going to be going close to the Battle Fury, but not there just yet. About another 2k gold off. The arena comes up. There are the cogs being dropped here, and that's what I was talking about. Laguna Blade gets used, and now Burke gets the kill onto Pro. The Rolling Thunder comes through, but once that wears off, you still see the damage coming through. Trying to get onto Alberca. Alberca, the TPs are going to be coming down here, and it looks like you are going to be able to get the kill on at least Weebian. It's going to be a setup. Ursaba even coming down to help out, but all they do is lose the Rubik. Okay, Force. Disruption comes out. Where are those cogs? There's going to be the shield crash coming in. The push away from the Ursa. Wasn't caught out in those cogs. Chira. Yeah, he's got the bottle charge. Zeneca just continues to go, wants to go towards those Greaves. So no quick blink here for the Tidehunter. But the Greaves probably going to be a bit more of a benefit if HF are going to be looking to fight early like this. Dropping those arenas, you know, dropping the... no Global Silence just yet. No level 6 for the Silencer. But the Rolling Thunders... you know, coming out from HF. So the Greaves probably will be appreciated by the rest of his team. Chira, how close to the Bloodstone is he? Oh, not really that close. Has the gold for the Voodoo Mask if he wants that, but, you know, the boosters, the VIP booster as well as the Bloodstone recipe, still going to be a ways away there. Looking at... what's that? So 1,000 gold for that. Another 1,400 gold or so. So another minute or two. It's not a massive, you know, oh, he's been delayed, he's been shut down. He might be delayed and shut down here, actually. Weebian can't get in range for the telekinesis, though. So Chira just going to be able to walk himself away. Look at this pull for Alberca. He's got his Maelstrom up. He's just sitting on the edge. He's looking for these lasses. He's looking for the damage. And he's looking for a whole load of farm with these ancient stacks that haven't been scouted out from the side of HF. So, Lena, with the Falcon's Blade, that mana still ticking. The right-click damage coming through as well. The right-click attack speed from the Fiery Souls. That's a whole load of gold. That is going to be Oh, the raindrop is down to 1 charge though, but yeah, that's going to be really nice for the Lena. The XP that comes out from those, the farm that comes out from those. What's he got coming out on the courier? Okay, Tangos. Just looking to carry on farming the ancients. I was like, there can't be another item coming out already. He's only just got Maelstrom. But it is just going to be the Tangos as Lena continues to farm. Now the mid lane, taking some pressure. Chira Jr. looking to push it in. Does have mana boots. So Force level 7 as well, has that hook shot, but the global silence is up. Zalberka. It's going to be straight into the Gleipnir. So no BKB for the Lena. It makes sense. If you are going to be squaring up to this Ursa Bird before the Ursa has his BKB as well. I think he's just got the Battle Fury out. No, in fact, it's not even finished off the Battle Fury yet. Still going to be about 1,000 gold, 1,200 gold away from completing that here on Jani. If you do look to get early engages off them before the BKB for the Ursa Bird comes through, the Gleipnir for the control is going to be really nice as a race. He steps up, Rocket Flare comes out. No hook shot for 4 seconds though. So you can see on the map, the Lesh as well as the Clockwork moving themselves away. Fortification is going to be used here. Cybercats on this bottom tier 1 tower. They are eventually going to be giving it up, but again, going to try and make Jani and the rest of his team waste as much time as possible here. Just try and buy time and space. Delay the farm for the Ursa because he doesn't want to be moving into the jungle looking for the last hits. Looking for that Battle Fury to come out in the next 700 gold or so. Mars, not actually going to be too far away from the blink. What, about 200, 300 gold? GSV, what's he looking towards? Wants to go straight for that shard on the Shadow Demon. So the Demonic Cleanse to come out. Yeah. It's quite nice. You probably go straight into, or maybe not straight into the ice. Maybe you get it off the 3rd Roshan if you're lucky. But at some point, the Shadow Demon, either through Rosh or just through passive gold, will be looking towards that Aghanim Scepter as well as the Shard. And the Shard, he will have the gold for it at roughly the same time. The timing for the shards are available, but mid lane, Lesh going to be taking some punishment. The disarm comes out. He's not going to be bothered. The hook shot. Now onto the Pangolier. Global silence will be used though, so there's not going to be any cogs. Battery Assault still going here from the Clockwork. Force roll comes through. Still going to be taking a lot of damage. Look at the right click. The cogs get dropped, and Force keeps himself alive through that. Really nicely played there, just to be able to drop those as soon as the global went off. And just force the lock in there from the Pangolier, who probably wanted to roll himself through the Clockwork and away from the damage being thrown out from Alberca. So once again, Cybercat stacking up, looking for another tier 1 tower, this time in the mid lane. What else do they want to get from this? Wards goes down, so Zoe, they'll be able to get that D-ward off. We had Chira on the high ground, with the Pulse Nova, with the Diabolic Key going, the Lightning going as well. Just looking for the farm, again, taking it all away from the side of HF. Shield Crash comes out, so do the cogs. Does Force get himself away from this? No, there's going to be 4 heroes stacking up. The Spear, the Lockdown, and they have the control. They do get the kill into Force Majeure, but it's only a consolation prize there for what Cybercats have been picking up here. The Ravage is available, and the mech's out now as well. In fact, Tidehunter's going to be going straight into the pipe. So no Greaves just yet. Doesn't really need to, because you do have the Purge on the Kraken Shell, which is a strong dispel for him personally. And then the Mechanism as well as the Arcane Boots do what else the Greaves does apart from that. So the pipe is going to be more important, it seems, in these fights at the minute for the Rubik damage, for the Silencer damage, for the entire team. And Tidehunter, yeah, just looking to prioritize helping out his team here. But it will, again, no blink for the Tide. So they're going to be looking for the hookshot in from the Clockwork to set up then for Zeneca to walk in and get that Ravage off. Clock as well, going for his own shard, but Zeneca, yeah, you can just see him. He's just being able to get himself around, look for that farm. Mid lane though, the TP's coming in, the arena's going to be out, but he's going to be able to TP himself into the arena. Rolling Thunder, he holds that Ravage. His arms, they were being raised, but he doesn't throw it out just yet because everyone on the side of HF is away outside the arena. No one on the side of Cybercats dies there as well, but it was still a good hold Force looking for the D wards, going to be able to get it off now as well. Silencer comes in, last word, Arcane Curse. Even, is that a Veil? It is a Veil for the Silencer, so really will be able to stack up that magic damage. But while this is going on, cybercats, they are straight into the pit, and there is no wards from the side of HF to scout this one out. So they are going to be able to take this quick Roshan, say quick, it's not that quick, but uninterrupted Rosh. And yeah, HF really not aware that was happening. I mean, to be fair, would you be? Everyone's missing from the map, but you probably think that they're moving through the jungle. You know, Lena's farming the triangle, you've got the Lesh and the jungle farming up there as well. And you see they did move into that Radiant jungle looking for a pick-off in force. He just wasn't able to find anything because they were actually inside the Roche pit. And again, this is the worry coming through. Grove Bulb, who do you give it to? The Silencer, maybe? Yeah, probably because the Rubik does want that Philosopher's Stone. What was stolen there? It's going to be the Pulse Nova. And the Grove Bow for the Lena as well. God damn. That's going to be so nice for this Lena. Who did actually go back for the BKB before the Gleipnir. Okay, I mean, it does make sense. How is the Ursa looking in terms of farm mid lane? 4 heroes grouping up, but yeah, the Ursa, Battle Fury, and a Blink on the Courier. So not too far behind the Lena. Once that BKB to come out next as well, the control onto the Ursa with the Enrage and the BKB, it will be really hard. Mid lane though, there's going to be the rotation in. Hero Jr. Did he get a kill here onto the Lesh? Lesh has that Bloodstone going, he even has the Aegis. Hookshot's going to miss. Tidehunter trying to come in onto this. Does he want to throw the Ravage out now as well? Proletary caught in the cogs, the Gush now. Onto Mars. Mars trying to run himself away, but the Ravage, it will connect. It was stolen. No, the Anchor Smash immediately comes out. Zeneca, really good timing there. Immediately pops that Anchor Smash after the Ravage to Weebian. He knew what he was doing. You know, he's playing it away. He was waiting for that Ravage to come out. But Zeneca, he knew. Quick fingers came from that Anchor Smash. And no Ravage stolen from the Rubik. But yeah, you can see the... I mean, HF maybe looking to cut this wave. Chira Jr. is going to lose the... not the full BKB. You know, he was still the recipe away, but it is going to be 2 minutes now before he can get that BKB out, even if he gets to the recipe. Unless he does want to go to, you know, a second Mithril Hammer and then pick up a Maelstrom of his own. Lash Des. You know, get that Desolator out, something like that, to benefit your right clicks. But no, top lane, chase down, swashbuckle away though. Arrays, can he get himself away? Doesn't have that Rolling Thunder. LSA won't connect. And now with the roll up, he's looking for it, but no follow up here. Yeah, the hookshot didn't have the mana for it, so wasn't able to follow up point blank there onto the Pangolier. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, speaking about following up point blank, Telekinesis comes through, but the Split Earth Disruption is going to save the Shadow Demon for a little bit. Is it still going to be able to get the kill here? He's ticking down to this. He might still... No, it's not going to be off. Show it's not going to be off. It is! Zoe from the grave. Once again, it was just enough there. And no stick charges, nothing like that. Hookshot's going to miss again. Clock, he's trying his best. I mean, he was under a ward. Shoyu was spotted out, and Rubik was just able to move himself away. You know, break that line of sight. Zeneca continues to look now, going to go back for the Grief. So the pipe coming through here for the Tide. Yeah, the good protection. And maybe if there was a pipe for that Shadow Demon, he might not have gone down, but it will only just be flying through. But you can see that, again, Cybercats, they still have this Aegis for the next minute and a half. And they're going to be looking to take what they can. Lesh as well, going for the Blink Dagger. Vambrace in his stash. I wonder if he does actually have that flown out to him. 25 seconds, and he can't have it flown out to him until his Courier's back alive in the next 23 seconds. But that is going to be the BKB here as well. Alberca just continues to push out. Really good pace and time being shown here from Cybercats, and not going to be too far away from the Gleipnir now as well, this Lena. Enough for... Okay, not enough for the Road of Atos. Yeah, still going to be about another 900 gold away from that. And then another 700 on top, so 1,600 gold. I mean, the way that the Lena's farming at the minute, that's not going to be a major issue. Jesfi in the mid lane, just trying to keep these creeps off the tier 2 tower. And he's, again, finding that solo farm, so he does have that shard up, has that cleanse. And is going to be looking towards the Ags here for the Shadow Demon as well. 3-man smoke coming out. They have that Ravage available. How are the Boots of Travels looking? Upon the Lina as well. Lesh, just brown boots for now. They might be able to get the kill. Yeah, the Gush comes out. The line and slow down onto Zoe. Zoe doesn't even get anything off. He knows he's dead there. Laguna Blade from Alberca just to finish off the kill. And again, that's going to get him ever closer now. In fact, that's going to be the gold for the Rorabatos. The full Glepnir are about 300 gold away, which Alberca should be able to get off this next creep wave, as well as the tier 1 tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. And look at how quickly Alberca, Zeneca are going to be able to take this tower down.
Dire's bottom tower
So that
has
is going to
fallen.
be the Glepnir here if Alberca wants it. He has the gold. He's not bought out, having it brought in just yet. Oh, the hook shot onto the Pangolier. The cogs get dropped, but it's going to mean that the LSA misses because he was pushed out of it now. So the Rolling Thunder trying to do what he can to save his life. Diffusal Blade slowing down the Tide, but the Tide has that Ravage. Is that really the target you want to go on? Probably not. So, cybercats don't want to overextend. You know, not sure where the rest of the side of HF were, so they didn't want to be caught out pushing onto that tier 2. Ursa has the BKB now as well. I don't think we've seen the Lina use hers. Yeah, no, it is still a fresh BKB on the Lina. Lesh as well. Close to that Blink Dagger. This could be here in the next minute or so. Not even that. This next creep camp as well. Getting him close to it. So 10 gold away here for the Lesh. Not far at all.
Players here.
Yeah, Alberca has that Glepnir now as well. Going in towards that Silver Edge. Silver Edge could be really nice up against the Ursaba. Break him, take away these Fury swipes for as long as possible, as well as the crit damage coming through on the Ursaba as well. Even when the Enrage is going, he's only got himself less than 2k health. So even with all of that damage reduction, you can still get a decent amount off onto Zhani. So Zhani has to be careful with his positioning as he looks towards that Basher. Flesh has the blink up now, wants to go towards the Hex and Tide. No, this is the Greaves, so it is going to be a pretty late blink here for the Tide Hunter, but still, the Greaves come out, the Pipes come out, so he's got those utility items for his team in the middle of these fights, which are going to be really, really important. Up against the likes of the Silence, you know, how quickly the Rolling Thunder can do damage, the rip through from the Ursaba. Roche is going to be about 20 seconds away. Oh no, bro! That's a misclick. That is... I think we might have seen it as well on the ward. Yeah, him coming up to the high ground with the BKB going, it's going to be pinged out. Cybercats, they might know that this BKB is down. Or at least they've seen it being used. That was a fresh BKB. Oh, the misclick from Pro. That sucks. That really sucks. Alberca on his own. Doesn't want to go into this. The LSA, but the Roller's already there. The Rolling Thunder coming through. Alberca going to be slowed down. The BKB TP comes out. And nothing to cancel this. So Alberca, no, he actually cancels it. Throws out the Laguna Blade. What was stolen? It's going to be the Laguna Blade. It's going to be thrown right back. But Alberca, Arena, he does dodge off the spear. It's going to cost him his life. Nothing to keep himself alive through this damage. He's trying to take down Weebian first, but he will go down here. Johnny just couldn't get in. A mistake from... Was that actually... It was a bash. It was a bash coming through from the Pango that stopped the TP out, even through the BKB. Selena had no choice but to stand and fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As Lesh, again, still wants to go towards that Hex. How is the Ursa doing here? How far away is he from... He's got his own Basher here as well now. Blink Dagger's up. So, I mean, they probably just wait until the Selena's back up, but the Roshan is going to be 45 seconds away. Chira Jr. just continues to farm, using that Bloodstone to make sure that he is at full health, doesn't get caught out. Smoke coming through here. Arena's back up in 23 seconds, so smoke clockwork. Does he get himself away from this one? He might lose his courier. No, just steps himself into it. Again, the courier in the coal mines. Just to spot out for the rest of his team. He's dead for 40 seconds, but he's going to be absolutely fine with this. The only big issue is that the Roshan is up in 18. So HF, if they can get themselves into this pit without the hook shot for the next 20 seconds or so, depending on how quickly they can get through this. Oh, look at this really nice new chart we see here as well. And yeah, things climbing in favor of cybercats. Just a little bit. High ground, they do have that ward. They might be able to get the slowdown. Array's going to get himself away from this one. He's going to be purged. So the roll-up comes out here from the Pangolier. The Clockwork's back alive, keeping himself towards that tier 1 tower on the top lane, which still hasn't been taken down. And the D-ward from Zoe, he's going to lose his courier for that. Didn't even get the D-ward off. And now Zeneca sees that Roshan is up. Lina with no Fiery Soul stack, so just has to look to build them on Roche. But again, was that Blink, was that Arena? The BKB up for the Mars now as well. If he gets that jump in, even with the damage going here, backlines, hook shot, there is going to be the jump in from the Clockwork. You find out the silencer. Is the Global Sun's going to come through? The Ravager was already there. And you can see that Chira Jr. with the BKB, so they want to go for even more, but the Ravager stolen. Turned right back around, not as effective. And again, they've lost that silencer. Global Silence is going to be down here. A race for the Rolling Thunder, but the Blink in the Arena comes out. Proletary gets the catch. That Bloodstone, is he going to be able to keep the Lesh alive? Lesh is going to get low. He is going to go down now, and you can see that again, Pro caught out in the cogs. Laguna Blade going to get dropped, and so is Lamar's. Slow down onto a race with the Purge. Is he going to be able to get the kill to slow down onto a race? And it will be. Ursubert around the pit. Does he look for the finish? No, he's just going to go for the Blink away. Bullwhip to speed himself up as well. So Lina now with those Fiery Soul stacks will just be able to come right back into the pit. The Ursubert, he's looking for the Blink, but Force Majeure just playing body blocker here to the Ursa, and Ursa won't be able to get himself into this. The hookshot is available if they look for more. And I don't think they have the vision on that. Now, it doesn't even need the hook. Silencer just gets deleted. Dead for 30 seconds. Lina picking up another kill, getting closer and closer towards that silver edge. Lina is... What's the actual gold? So buying out, no, he has the full one. Has the clarity as well. Yeah, he was waiting for the clarity to buy out. That's what he was waiting for. Aegis up as well. Who got the shard? Maybe the Tide for the tendrils. Yeah, I think it was the Tide. Because Clockwork already had his. And so did the Shadow Demon. So yeah, the tendrils of the deep coming out here for the Tide Hunter. And cybercats, 30 minutes into this game, a lot of control, not a lot of kills between the two. You know, only 6 kills, so like just over a team wipe for HF. But the net worth 10k ahead here for cybercats. Cybercats having a really good time. Rocket Flare just to spot out on the Radiant jungle. Yeah, they know. They have an idea. No one in the Dire side. No one pushing out the lanes. Especially with this top lane pushing in, so Force just going to be able to scout them out. Lina, are they just going to look for the pressure onto it? It looks like he might do. Same with HF. If they want to put pressure onto the tier 2, we're going to go straight for your tier 3s. Creep wave pushing in. Alberca just waiting to make sure there's no one to clean off these creeps. But yeah, looking for the push in. But there's going to be the TPs back in the trees here from the Mars. Again, the Aegis is up from Alberca. Swashbuckle comes out. And the TP's coming out en masse. Yeah, HF, the jump in with the spear. It doesn't actually connect him now. The Gluttony, the tendrils of the deep. Proletary going to be forced after away, but they do get the stun. Shani with the double damage rune. About a third of the way through. So yeah, Cybercat's able to force some TPs back away from that tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. And putting pressure onto the tier 3. That tier 3 I was absolutely ripped through there from the Lina, and that was without a double damage rune. Now, what did he look to continue to pressure? Alberca Glepnir comes through as well onto the Pangolier, but again, roll-ups into Rolling Thunder, and Pangolier should have... He's not going to be killed off by just a solo Lina. Again, I should say, with the rest of the team behind.
Dire are scanning.
How's the tide looking? Blink is up. Ravage is still available as well. Again, Tendrils is out. Anything coming out on the courier? Clockwork, just going to be the sentry. Shadow Demon, actually not too far away from the full Ags. He's about 1,000 gold away. That's going to be really nice in these fights. Getting the 3 charges. And the break as well. Again, the break onto the Ursa. That's going to be really big. Especially if he jumps in. Oh, they're going to be able to get a really good Ravage. They engage the double hookshot Clockwork with the cogs as well. That wipe, 3 heroes going down. And Johnny, he just has to look for the TP. He's going to be able to get himself away. But he's going to be the only one. Really good jump in from Zeneca to get that Ravage off. And follow up hookshot into the cogs. HF just has absolutely no chance here. And the high ground, it will be breached. That tier 3 tower as well on the top lane. Even though the creeps aren't there pushing into it. Once this racks go down, you can see that again, the Lesh. Actually, the Lesh might be in trouble. The BKB comes out. Chira trying to get himself away with the TP in now as well. Johnny does have that BKB not for the next 57 seconds. So the Gleipnir comes through the Enrage onto the Ursa. But again, even through that Enrage, the damage coming through Johnny. If he goes down here, he's going to be in major trouble. And the rest of HF will be as well. Hookshot, it's going to miss. It will be miss. Yeah, no connection sound there, but they do force through Arax. They take down the Ursa Burr. There's still a tier 2 tower on the bottom lane that they need to take out before they move to the high ground, the tier 3 as well. So Alberca maybe getting a little bit ahead of himself, but Cybercats in amazing control of this first game. And in fact, with the pipe being popped now as well, it's going to be that little bit harder just to kill off the Lina. The BKB not available for 18 seconds. That Aegis going down on Lina in the next 3 now as well. Do they have the timing with the global silence? They might be able to get the kill. Disruption, the regen through the disruption now as well. Alberca's going to be getting a lot of regen back, but is it going to be enough to keep this Lina alive? Alina, the punishment coming through, the Laguna Blade gets thrown out. So you do get the kill onto the Lina, the pin down now as well onto Shadow Demon, who does have that Ags. With the catch out and kill off. Maybe just going a little bit too far there, Cybercats, and giving up. Actually, how much gold did the Lina give up? Over, God, nearly 2,000 gold, and Shani taking the lion's share of that, or the bird's share of it, I should say. Lina does have buyback and things, in case things go too far south here with HF and this push in. But down for a minute or so here, this Lina. That Ravage 18 seconds away. Chiriju's going to be able to get the jump in the Hex now as well onto the Ursa Burr. The hook comes out with the 4 staffs, and Ursa will be thrown out of damage range. Well, he has that Enrage, has that BKB up as well. Force Majeure with the double damage rune. I don't know what he's going to be able to do with it, but he's damn well going to try here. Shadow Demon TPing in this might just scare HF away. You can see the shard brought up by the Ursa as well. It's so important to have this Enrage uptime for as long as possible. Meanwhile, Jess V, how's he looking? He wants that Blink Dagger. Okay, I mean, he's fairly close to the Mars in terms of net worth as well. So Shadow Demon having a really good time. Zeneca, what does he get at level 20? Because, I mean, he didn't really prioritize the Kraken Shell in the lane. Whether he does here at the Tides, or whether he wants to go for the Anchor Smash effects buildings as well, for the extra push potential here. Because Cybercat's actually going towards the Refresher as well, so I think he's got the gold for the 2 Perseverance, but not the gold for the recipe. Yeah, he's a little bit away from the recipe just yet. Still about 1,500 away from having it, I do think. So it's going to be a little bit before he does get that one off. And Jess V, come in. Just be a pain in the ass. I mean, what else can you do as a Shadow Fiend until your team wants to group up, look for a fight? Roshan's 5 seconds away. Let's see here if Cybercats Do they get a good timing on this, or is it going to be a little bit further? No, 2.5 minutes. So even though around this Roche pet, they're not going to get the timing out for this. Flesh, how's he looking? He's got that Hex we've already seen. They're going to go to the other one. They're going to get able to get the jump and get the kill onto Erase as well. Hookshot's going to miss. But that's the Pangolier dead for the next 90 seconds. No buyback here for the Pango. Oh, we do get the jump on the Jazz. He's going to go down. He does go down. The BKB comes out from the Ursa, though. Can he follow up once his BKB is down? Telekinesis trying to save him. Global Silence will be there, though. No Ravage just yet because of the Global Silence. Can he get the kill? It looks like the Tide Hunter. Yeah, BKB comes out from the Mars there as well. They weren't able to get the kill into the Tide. Again, big tanky boy. Didn't throw that Ravage. No Tendrils of the Deep being used there either. There's now cybercats looking for... Is it going to be a Rax as well? It looks like it might be a Rax as well. Yeah, they know that BKB is down for the Ursa. So if he wants to fight into this Telekinesis, the Spear back now as well, but the Hex comes out almost immediately. So no Arena into the Ravage, into the Split Earth. They're going to be able to get the kill into the Mars. Mars is going to go down 54 seconds. But actually, he already... of course he already used that Arena when the Tide Hunter was there. Tide uses that Ravage to get the kill, to get the buyback. Might just try and get themselves away here. On the side of cybercats. Do you want to go back into this? They do. The jump comes out. Lincoln gets broken onto Jani. And that's going to be another melee Rax going down. And now cybercats might back themselves away from this. Still no Pangolier for the next 20 seconds. The Hex comes out. Is this going to be the dieback onto the Mars? Mars Warstaff. Is he going to be able to keep him alive? It's not. He's going to go down. Laguna Blade now as well. And Zoe, there is no global silence for the next 13 seconds here. So they go onto the Ursa Bird. They've locked down everybody. Zoe has to buy back for Jani. Now going to be able to get himself away from this again. Still no BKB. The damage coming through. Even with that Enrage, it's going to be enough to get the kill. And Ursa will go down. The Hex comes out, the buyback onto this. Could be a buyback onto the Silencer. Silencer, though. Rolling Thunder comes through. Erase just trying to buy time. With the Ursa being dead for the next 105 seconds, this just looks like a clean-up job from the side of cybercats. 39 minutes into this. They're looking for tier 4s. They are looking to end this game. And it looks like they're going to be able to do so as well. HF, 2 heroes left alive. Rubik up in 10. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to defend the tier 4s. Okay, they force a buyback out. And the Rubik was back alive in 10 seconds anyway, but he does buy back. Just to try and defend at least the last tier 4 tower standing. Cybercats, they're going to refresh. They're going to come right back into this. They get the lockdowns with the Glepnirs. The Global Silence will be there, but it doesn't matter. The physical damage is just too much from Alberca. And they're going to be able to go to this last tier 4. And probably clean up on the Ancient here as well. HF fighting for the lives in Division 2. But cybercats coming in with absolutely no mercy in game number 1. Yeah, and even the Ravage being thrown out, just a celebratory Ravage. And you can see that, well, not celebrating just yet on the side of cybercats. And yeah, a little bit of guesswork to come out for HF. You can see that they're not happy with how this game went. But that is game number 1. That's how it goes. You know, you let the Lina pick through, and the Lina does the job. I can't just put it on the Lina as well. You know, the Lesh doing the job of pushing out the towers. JSV with some really clutch saves there with the disruptions as well. Clockwork, some amazing hook shots in. Zeneca didn't even get a kill. He went 0-2-22. But the Ravages that he was throwing out, and the support that he was offering the team with the Greaves, with the pipe, you know, trying to keep them alive that way. Really just great team play from the side of cybercats coming through in game number 1. HF, even with the Ursa pick that's worked so well the past few days, it just wasn't effective here. And you can see the HF, yeah, 14 kills to 29. Cybercats, it was just their game. They had a really nice time. You know, even when the Ursa tried to get aggressive, the Lina was getting involved in kills as well. 15, 2, and 5. They weren't able to find the pickoffs onto the cores. Like, the cores died 5 times between them. So you are looking for that Tide, you're looking for the Lina, you're looking for the Lash, and they were just able to avoid the ganks. The net worth difference, in fact, Ursa, from the standpoint of cores, was what, 3rd? Yeah, Chira, Alberca, top 2. Zeneca on 18,000, Jani on 21. So the Ursa didn't even really keep pace, even with that Battle Fury to Alberca and his farm. And a lot of that comes down to the kills that the Lina was getting. They did get a couple of... There was that time in the bottom lane where the Lina was just caught out of position. You know, the bash came out from the Pangolier and they were able to get the kill, but they weren't able to benefit when they did get the fights HF, and every trade just seemed to go the way of cybercats. So that is going to be game number 1, guys. We are going to be taking a quick break, and we'll be back with the second game of cybercats versus HF right after this.